have an insurance policy. In order to be covered by this insurance company, what are you going to pay per month? Copays. Copays are a set amount that you pay for services. A good example would be if your plan has a $20 office visit copay, you'd pay $20 for that office visit, the insurance company would pay the rest. Deductible. Deductible simply means that's the amount you have to spend prior to the insurance company paying for your bills. Coinsurance, along the same lines, but a little bit more variable. Coinsurance is a percentage. So you pay a certain percentage and the insurance company pays the other percentage. A good example would be your plan having an 80-20 coinsurance option. That means the insurance company pays 80% of the bill and you would be left paying the other 20%. Now, another important number or another important term to be familiar with as you're looking at these benefits: out-of-pocket maximum. What is my worst case scenario? If I end up in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, if I have a major surgery, if I have cancer, what can I expect to spend? Many insurance companies refer to this as the out-of-pocket maximum. The out-of-pocket maximum usually is an amount, a cap on what you can spend for that deductible and coinsurance in a calendar year. Typically, they don't count the copays towards this maximum. It's usually just the deductible and coinsurance. Now, a couple other terms you need to be familiar with. Policy exclusions. Probably the most important thing to look at when you're shopping for a plan. What doesn't this plan cover? It's a great question to ask when you're shopping for plans. Typically, on individual policies, you can expect maternity and oral surgery to be exclusions. There may be more, so it's an important area to look at. Something that goes hand in hand with exclusions can be pre-existing condition clauses. We always get this question: will you cover my pre-existing conditions? A pre-existing condition is anything you've seen a doctor for or been treated for in the last 15, 18 months, or possibly your entire life. Depending on the company and the plan, they might look back your whole life. Will this plan cover my pre-existing conditions, or will there be any waiting periods before the coverage kicks in for pre-existing conditions? Two very important questions to ask. Now, beyond exclusions and limitations and pre-existing conditions, you also need to be aware if there's any limitations on covered services. For instance, will my plan cover physical therapy, but will it limit it to a number of day visits? Or will it limit coverage for oral surgery? Things like that. So policy exclusions, pre-existing conditions, but on top of that, you need to be aware of limitations. Now, if you're in the individual market shopping for insurance, you need to be aware that there is a procedure called underwriting, which is the policy that you have to answer health questions, possibly supply your medical records, or even have a health exam to see if that insurance company will accept you and cover you under their policy. This underwriting process can take anywhere from 3 to 30 days, so keep that in mind. If you have a date when you know you need insurance, make sure you're doing it in plenty of time to have that new policy in force. Of course, once you have found a company, you're aware of that underwriting procedure and what it takes to apply for that company. Keep in mind to review their benefits, the exclusions, and also the limitations. Now, some folks do have employer-sponsored plans available. All of these terms and definitions we just talked about still apply. The big difference between an individual policy and a policy through your employer is the fact that under an employer plan, you don't have to go through medical underwriting. You're automatically accepted. However, there may be waiting periods and also pre-existing condition clauses. You still need to review the co-pays, the benefits, the deductible, the co-insurance. Be familiar with those aspects of your employer-sponsored plan. Also, employer plans may have limitations and exclusions that apply. So again, it's easier